Loose dictionaries are easy to start with. They are also easy to misuse. One caller forgets a field, another sends the wrong type, and the agent fails 3 steps later. Here we make the request and response shapes explicit. Classes give the data a name. Data classes keep simple records readable. Pydantic style schemas catch bad values before they reach the model call or tool code. The vocabulary for this lesson is classes, data classes, inheritance, validation, and Pydantic style schemas. A class names a concept in the code. A data class works well when the object mostly carries data. Inheritance can share behavior, but it can also hide behavior. Validation turns untrusted input into a checked object. Open the file agent_models.py and start with the public workflow function. Look for the point where raw request data becomes an object with name fields. Then check the helpers. Creating the object is not enough. The code also needs a clear answer when a required field is missing, a value has the wrong type, or a request asks for an unsupported task. A useful review habit is to ask what the caller is allowed to assume after construction. If the object exists, required fields should be present, types should be sensible, and invalid choices should already be rejected. Run the demo and watch the output shape. You should see a request object, a response object, and a failure case that does not look like a random Python traceback. Agent code should pass small, named objects across boundaries, not mystery dictionaries whose meaning lives in somebody's memory. The test should prove 3 things. A valid request becomes the expected object. Bad input stops near the boundary. The returned object has the fields later code depends on. If a prompt builder, tool router, or API handler expects task_type, the model object should make that contract obvious. Plain Python is often enough. A data class is light and readable. A Pydantic model gives stronger parsing and better error messages, but it adds a dependency and some framework behavior. Use the smallest model that keeps the boundary clear. If data crosses an API, tool, queue, or database boundary, stronger validation usually pays for itself. This is also where naming matters. A type named agent request tells the reader what crosses the boundary. A generic dictionary forces every caller to rediscover the contract by reading the code that happens to build it. An interviewer might ask, how do you decide between a data class, a normal class, and a Pydantic model? A strong answer is, I use a data class for simple internal records, a normal class when I need behavior or invariance, and a Pydantic model when untrusted input needs parsing and validation. I also test validation failures because the model only helps if bad data stops at the boundary.